What's going on? What's going on, Grand Rising? Today is Wednesday, May the 29th, 2024. And excited to be back here in the lab. I've been gone a few days, so had some no trade days, which is obviously really good. You can always still learn from those days. So I'm gonna jump right into a top-down analysis very quickly, nothing too crazy here. And then we will get ready to start sniping. So really quickly, just off the bat, when you're taking a look at dollar index and how it can affect, your XXX USD markets or, so for example, your Euro USDs, your GBP USDs, when the dollar index is doing one thing, those markets are going to be doing the opposite. So when you look at like our futures market, we're going to be looking for similar setups and swings into the end of the day, based off this market. Now, for me, we're pretty extended up to the upside. We've been going pretty bullish ever since the open of dollar index from today. So when you look at this and you look at the weekly, we come off that last week we had slight little bit of bullishness, and now we're starting to really respond well off the 104.50. So if we can continue up, my if then statement is pretty much this: if we can break 105, then we'll probably see more downside on the futures. And if we reject at 105, 104.90, somewhere like that inside this last up candle and start making our way down, this weekly ends up getting a little weak. Then we could start seeing a little bit of retracement on those futures markets because they are very overextended and oversold to me in my eyes at this point. Now, that's kind of what I'm looking at. We'll see today what we do if we break 105 or what we do. And then when you look at a little bit of a higher time frame here when it comes to futures, on the weeklies, we're already printing pretty bearish. I mean, they never made that all-time high on YM, so that's pretty interesting. And then with ES, obviously we're looking very similar to NQ. And then NQ is being held up quite a bit from NVIDIA. So, definitely going to have that stock screener on today. The other thing is looking here at the daily, we're already very bearish for the day, right? Just coming into the market and looking at my pre-market analysis. So, would like to see if they're going to slip the liquidity on ES, if they're going to come into the 2024 open on YM, and see what kind of breakdown we're going to get possibly on NQ. But we are starting to show more signs of bearishness with that dollar looking a lot stronger. So, how much time do we have? So we got about 14 seconds. So 4 hour for your direction. These are some of the price levels I'm looking at. Whole level 18.7, 18.600 and below, maybe even 550s and 500 if we continue to start breaking down throughout today. So if you look at the phase when it comes to Wyckoff, we're already in, I believe, phase the C and D of a distribution, but we'll see as today prints. And then when you look at just intraday 1 hour of all of them across the board with about 40 seconds left, I think we're a little overextended. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and go to the snipe window, and we're going to get ready to possibly take an entry to the upside. Now, with a little bit less of a trading week for me this week, my goal is to just focus on winning 2 of the days, and really just waiting on my 5-minute signal. That was just some notes that I took from my previous week, I believe. So it's been a little bit mumble jumbled because of my going to my grandmother's funeral and whatnot. So trade safe. Make sure you set your trader's constitution, and we're getting ready to lock in. Let's get it. These are definitely my type of setups when I see this. So I just want to make sure I'm looking at this right here. Okay, these are definitely my type of setups. 755 would be the stop. It's okay if price is moving away. 755, 25. Take profits are going to be 18 nines. If we want to see if price can pull back, okay, we don't want to. If price just takes off from right there, that's fine. I'm not gonna take a trade like that. That's just not the type of trades I take. So if they skyrocket like that, then they're just gonna run off. And then we are getting on the other assets the same thing. So that's really good. YM is going to the downside though, so New York open here. Okay, so just watching that price first minute blast. Okay, so 5 minute. I mean, that was just really strong push right from the open. Take a look here. Dollar, dollar still looking quite strong. So YM falling off a cliff right now. So low high. So to me, like I said, unless they gave me a chance based on the way I like to take trades, then it's kind of difficult for me to even want to get in. This would be way too much of a risk for me. So I just need to be patient and have to wait it out here. ES isn't showing any signs of strength on that 15, so I don't see anything that's just clear there, so I'm just going to be watching here. I do like how ES is playing. It's actually giving chances on the 15 and 5 of some kind of price action, but I just don't really see anything personally. So I do want to kind of frame this up possibly here. 755s. And then take profits going to be 950s, 18 950s. Price is right now just kind of taking off, so it's kind of really nothing for us to really look at right now. And that's fine. I'll be patient here. First 5 minute close is what I'm really looking for here. So you are seeing ES on the 15 bearish. YM is really bearish. Like, so their 1 hours look pretty, still weak. And then when you look at NQ, you can see NQ possibly getting weak down into the 18,700s as well if they're going to break the 52.75 quarter level on ES. So I'd like to see how those first 5 minute closes. If it closes here in 27 seconds with strength, then anything that fills the inefficiency at the quarter level, I may end up taking with my stop loss at the low of the market right here. As of right now, I'm just not really seeing what I want to see. And that first 5 minute close was strong. So okay, first 5 minute close, sign of strength. Okay, so price is just running. I mean, tech is really just on a rampage, and just recently they've made it to where, even like Friday last week, last Thursday, Wednesday, I was having some difficulties because I need to be patient for my move, but some of these times they're building up, They're running away from the New York Open so fast that they're not giving you a chance. All right, so looking at the other two, they are pretty bearish, still below New York Opens. So yeah, kind of watching that still. So all three, like I said, being below New York Open, except NQ here. Very interesting price. Because you still have ES on a 1 hour still looking like it wants to take the low 52.73 and 2/4. So I'm just being patient. I'm going to be in alignment. So and now the other two are reacting. I would want to take this, but I just don't really know as of right now in that 4 hour, 1 hour, if that's something I'd want to take directional wise because of dollar index so much strength going up to 105. So we'll see. But if it could push down into the area and present that, then that won't be so bad, honestly. I would really like that type of position. And then the 15-minute open would be basically 774. So 774 would not be bad. But it looks like they're holding the price here, right? They're not really going below, so we'll see. And they are starting to kind of pull price up a little bit, 15 and 5 on ES, which actually looks pretty good. And then you look at a smaller time frame, it's starting to kind of show like the signs that we want to see. So unfortunately, with NQ, they're already taking off. This is just annoying that this keeps happening, but gotta be patient. It's kind of one of those positions where you know, if you look at this first minute, I'll have to go back and study how this candle looked. Because they did give an opportunity below New York Open off that diamond candle. It's nothing for me. And then since this is starting to pull up, I do like kind of seeing how really quickly how ES looks here. Because ES's risk would be 52.79. So that's not that much of a risk if you really think about it. 52.79. I mean, it's $50 a point though, so but obviously you don't want to get it when it's going up already. 30, 25 to 30, and then 30, 35 to 40 here is I mean, we're still very bullish. So first 15 minutes out the gate looks like it's just about to be very strong. Just gonna be patient. Like dollar could experience a little bit of weakness at the 104.80 level, possibly. You are starting to see that 1 hour 15 look really a little bit more bullish than ES. They really reached on YM. So for me, you know, sometimes I'd like to take a position in this setup right here at the 18.8 level. Then I need to be putting my risk right here. So just depends. So 840 to 850, let's see. So that area is kind of trying to hold. I like how ES is holding as well. So I may attempt here with one contract to the upside here. Stop loss is going to be 871s. So let's take profit. It's going to be 950s. Okay. I'm going to check this 5-minute here. So I don't like the 5-minute location actually, so I need to wait. I need to push down here to the area. So the cool thing is this might actually finally push back. So what we'll see is if it will or not. I'm just waiting for that 15-minute open, basically 774s, because that would be a really, really nice area if it was to attempt that area. You're not really seeing the signs yet of ES wanting to go higher on that 15 above New York Open. So if they were to play this area, we could see. Maybe I'll play it here with one contract and then play another contract a little lower. I just want that 5-minute swing to come down to that 774 level. If it can come down to that 774 level, I'm more willing to do 2 contracts. So I'll just wait on that. Now ES isn't showing any strength on that 1 hour. So maybe ES is going to go swipe to lows. Maybe they'll hold here. We'll see. Just going to be watching that 774 New York Open tap area. So we said 74, which would make our risk, because our risk, we don't want to be obviously 71. We need our risk to be 755. So that makes that at the very low of the market. All right, that number down here. And so they could be testing in this area. We'll see. This could be the area of test, but I really want it to come down as much as I can before attempting this. ES still for that 15-minute close, still relatively close to that New York Open. Looks like we're going to possibly get a 15-minute bullish close on NQ. So that's why I'm possibly going to go ahead and attempt position if they can push it a little lower here. I'm looking for more something on the lines of this 15-minute open, which is going to be 18,774 3/4. ES still printing below New York, YM as well, but it looks like they kind of just were absorbing orders on YM. So about 20 seconds left. You're going to get a 15-minute close that's bearish on ES, right? Going into the 9 a.m. I would want to see something more on there. So 15-minute close strength here. So I would love to see them possibly bring it down on NQ to that area. It just depends on how fast they do it too. Because I want to do something like this now. This is 779. To the bottom on this here. The bottom of this candle is the low. 779.25. Okay. And so right now price is shooting up, so I don't want to do it as price is shooting up. But I would like to see it maybe if as price kind of maybe fills here, I could put my risk here to go higher to attack market opens. you are starting to see a little bit of movement on ES. So I do like this 18.8 level with the risk here. And so if you look at ES really quickly, it's starting to show that 15 5-minute strength. All right, so it's starting to show what we'd like to see. Let's see here. On the 15. And so if you can close this 15-minute with some strength, that'd be interesting. I'm just willing to take an entry here at 18.8. Maybe it goes down to my other order, that I wanted first, and I'll buy into that. But as of right now, I like this move here to go higher still. So we shall see. And then 950s entries, so not a bad entry here. Then we're gonna attack this wick here. Get a final TP. So now we're just watching price action here, kind of see what we get. Keeping an eye on ES, 15 and 5 because, this 5-minute location isn't the greatest, but I wanted 18,800 to the upside. So 18,800, and then looking at like prices in the 18,900s. It's kind of like a target area for us today. 18,900. Okay, so that looks good. 18,900 and above would be really nice. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for today. Okay, so you're looking at all three. So just going to continue to watch the price here. Now, the entry is at 800, so having it at like 79, it's about a 20-point risk. So if it was to go lower first before going higher, I potentially would take one order. But if it was to continue to do what it's doing here and then to extend up to here or to mark like any of the point of interests, I'll probably go ahead and move that to break even if possible. If it doesn't go down and slip it first, because that's where I would want to attempt my second order is right below this area. But I also don't want to, just wait around and not see the entry. So okay, so we can oh nice. If we can slip above these areas, then I think we might have a good chance to go higher here. So I like this area. I like even going up to 18,900, which would be great. And so good price here. And looking for that crush of 18,900. I really like that area. So I'm gonna kind of mark that as like a special area for today. Definitely be a nice area to reach to. And so, yeah. And then ES is showing that sign on the 15 now, and that 1 hour looks like a really, really good strike. So I really like the prices there if they can get that 15-minute close. So let me look at that. 850, 845 to 850 here. 845 to 850. So higher time frame targets locked in, and just really watching this price because since they've technically broke the 15 right here, right? When you're looking at a line graph, you are making higher highs here. You are higher on that 5 minute, then they can easily bring the price all the way back down. So just want to be patient, see if we can get to market open first. Now, if we can push up into this 5 minute candle here and open the market open fairly quickly, especially taking this high as an 18,900 area, I may be in the mindset of pulling a little bit of profits off the board today, or trailing the risk, excuse me, because I have one contract on this account today. Okay. So just going to continue to watch the price here. Sure, take some notes here. ES really, really, really pushing now closer back to 53. Or not closer, but it's pushing its way towards that. So I do think that we have a possible, we may have a possible bullish reaction here that's going in our favor. Now, could have possibly done two contracts, yes. Just wasn't the location that would add up for that for me personally. But for today, this looks pretty good. So let's see if we can get this 5 minute to close higher here. I'll leave my risk where it's at for this location in this trade. And if we can get above 50% of the swing of the day, then I would definitely start tapering this thing off. So the price is still looking pretty good. 15 minutes, 5 minutes closing really strong, going into 8:55, and then 9 a.m. will bring in a lot of volatility. Most likely, could pull back, right? Or it could just send this thing up to target area and daily highs potentially. So keeping our focus on opening and closing of 5 minute candles. That's really where my focus is. So like this candle here is the 850 to 855 candle, which showed us a lot of strength going into these last up candles. And then just looking at higher time frame, how since the open, it's just been selling pressure. So a lot of these people's stop losses are just sitting and getting attacked right now. Strong 5 minute close. Price attacking point of interest. We have our target locked in. I'd be even grateful, like I said, with 18,950 daily open, but ES showing that strength. YM starting to show a little bit of strength. It's just the lagger, I believe. And then when you take a look at dollar, we're at 104.80 level. And I believe that if you look at that daily, that was that last up candles open somewhere right in that area. It was right around 104.90. So it might have a little bit more room, but it's just not showing the signs that would show me that they're going to do that. And so right now with NQ, let me look at this here. 1 hours, 4 hours look very interesting, especially for NQ. We were pretty oversold, I thought, honestly, going into the market, and just lots of liquidity to the downside as we were looking at, Asian market. So I think, like I said, technicals on a 15, if we can get above market open here, then I'm definitely going to secure this bad boy. Because this area is still pretty hot to me, hot potato. And then, like, when you're looking, I'm not, my eyes just see these things, but when you're looking at price in that last up candle, you do want to really pay attention to the reactions off the open. And if they don't crush through the areas, then you could be seeing it go back down to the 18,800 areas. So we're about 40 points up. It's really going to come down to me about how this 5-minute closes. Don't really want to see the 1-minute break structure. But looking at the other two, right, NQ and YM, you're seeing 15-minute strength with YM being the lagger and NQ being the leader. I'd say number 2 is going to be ES. So want to see if this 1 hour can engulf on NQ, if it can close basically really strong here. So that price is getting a little bit weak. We're up 40 points there. It's just really how this, this could be a breakout test, or this could, fail the area. But personally, I'm just going to be waiting it out. It's like my first trade of this week, essentially. So looking at those 1 hours, they have 1 minute left. So you do have ES starting to kind of print above New York with a bullish candle, and we have an engulfing candle here on NQ. So if we can close this way strong, then I could see us, going into the 10 o'clock hour, possibly getting above 18,900 on NQ. And the dollar is printing above 181 or 404 or 104.81. So it is kind of showing a little bit of strength there. Okay, so 1 hour close was bullish and engulfing. So I think we could erase the overnight players up to 18.9 possibly. Intraday price right here, small term price action looking a little dangerous. But going into that 1 hour price, it looks really good. And then the close on ES was really nice. And I think they're in an accumulation still, wanting to break out on YM. So just gonna be patient here. That 5 minutes not looking the greatest to me, but that 15 minutes not showing me anything that's not what I want to see. So my mind is really focused on this. We got the 1 hour engulfing here on NQ. Good reaction off of the New York Open for ES, and then YM capitulation, and then starting to absorb as well. So it looks good. Now those 4 hours make me a little nervous. Let me see here what's going on. Okay. So 4 hours made me a little nervous, but those 1 hour intradays look somewhat good. So we can push up before obviously going back to 18.8 above market open, then I would probably protect this position so they don't just destroy the swing of this move. Yeah, anything that goes up closer outside of this, basically, when you're looking at the price like this is an accumulation in my eyes. Right. So anything that closes up around point of interest up here, I'll move this to break even. Just to secure, I like the location of the stop right now. So it's not, but if it can extend out of this accumulating box, this is kind of what I see the market in 4 phases. Let's see here, where's my scoops? Peter's kind of catchy. So price is accumulating from that. Usually price likes to mark up higher, 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 low. But if we don't see that responses out of this area, then they could attack this swing low to swing high. But if you can see price start closing above 18,840s fairly quickly, 18,850s, then there's a good chance that price will continue to go higher. After that break of the technicals, I mean, they could easily come back down. So it's got to be patient. ES looking strong on the 15, higher open, higher close. So they may just be wanting to test this area first. Okay, so still waiting on these closes. They're not looking as great, I would say personally. This setup, how this is good. You got the 5 minute last time candle with the stop loss here. So they come and they slip this internal and then go. That would be my only other attempt that I would possibly take. Um, but personally, I would like to hold this position today into the upside. But just gotta get whatever they decide to do. If they can build up at the 20 level, that's usually a pretty good sign. So we'll see how this next 5 and 15 minute closes. ES still looking pretty strong and printing above New York Open. So maybe it's going to test it again. And dollar's still looking pretty strong around this time. So we'll see. Okay, so waiting for this 5 minute close to see kind of how they're going to do here. But the 15 minute looks pretty strong on ES and YM. Just want to show that really quickly here. Just looking at the comparative strength, right? Really strong here with ES. We come down from this area on YM and looks like we could rise up. So when you look at like YM's 5 minute, that price looks pretty good to continue up um, to the upside. So I'll just continue to watch these 15 minute closes going into 9:15 and see if we get what we're looking to get. Smaller time frame here, really not showing me exactly what I personally want to see. So, especially on the 5 minute here, going 905 into 910. This isn't the type of price I like to personally see. So it's gonna be patient. So my entry was quite high. So yeah, 905. Okay, so good 15 minute strength. Still watching this price. We're still at 104.80 on dollars, so there's no really signs of weakness yet there. So still being patient to see what we're gonna get. So we haven't really gotten anything since this break of structure in this area. So 5 minutes aren't looking as great either. Let's see, 905 to 910. Yeah, this price is starting to really break down. It could really end up wanting that internal liquidity. So we'll see. We did get the 1 hour close higher, so that's going to be interesting to see if they respect this 18.8 level or if they're going to go a little lower. I'm still waiting on DXY here, but DXY looking pretty strong still. But wanted to see if this is going to be a 15.5 1 minute accumulation. We'll kind of know, I would say, by like 9:15, 9:30. If it's coming back. Now, if it's closing back closer to 18,800, closer to that 15 minute close, not as great. But if it closes and responds very quickly, that would be great. But as of right now, it's not looking as good unless we start closing above 18,840, 18,850s. So go ahead and mark that level really fast. Now, ES is looking pretty good. 15 minute isn't really showing me anything that's not wanting to go higher right now. So that's a good sign, especially with YM pushing as well. So it's like NQ is kind of being that one that's being kind of just annoying. But I do like how ES looks right now. Okay, so still waiting. ES looks really strong. YM looks really good. Super overextended, price capitulated. So I like this price still. Let's just see if we can get a good close here. And then from 905 to 910. So 15 minutes look like they're closing pretty good, so we'll just continue to watch here. So we're just gonna wait for that price to make its decision here on the 15 and 5. I feel like we had a breakout test to go higher from the 20 levels, which would be really nice. ES looking strong on the 15, YM pretty strong, looking for that print above New York Open. Otherwise, we are printing on ES and NQ above New York Open going into 915, which is pretty good. So for me, if we can close outside this accumulating box, what I'll do is I'll change this box to this color here to kind of let us know that we've securely or we've exited the area and we are pushing stronger. So that's what I'm anticipating going in these last 2 minutes. If something changes, we will change it. But I am looking for price to continue up to the target area, 18,900. I think if we can push above market open 18,880s, then there's a really higher chance. And just looking at the other two, I like how ES is printing right now. And I like our 1 hour print, especially on NQ. It's a pretty good strength going into this last minute of before 9:15. ES looks fairly good as well. So if we can just get that, I think that push above 52.96 on ES, we have a good chance of pushing up to 18,900 here on NQ. So 15 minutes look good outside of that area. About 30 seconds left. I think if we can get above 18,850s, good chance. Then market open, getting above target area 18.9 would be really nice. I like the price. Would like to see this 15 extend. Let's get some notes taken here. Okay, good strength, good strong strength, sign of strength, so SOS, NQ and that or ES looking good. So pretty good alignment there. Dollar index 104.82, still looking fairly strong. So got to take that in consideration. Now we have closed above this area quite well. So for me, we can, like I said, just push on through this 18,850s. I will probably trail my risk to this low on the 5 minute here, which would be this 1 minute low, 18,810s, but not right now because they'll just come back and can easily tap it. But this is that first breakout of this range. So if we can extend up on a line graph into this next portion, previous support, 18,850s, then I could see a lot better chance of this trade working out to the area I want, which is like manipulation at market open or target area 18,900. ES looking really good too. Really, like I said, I want to see what kind of reaction happens at 52.93s. See if we can just push over that high and go test the whole level 5,300. Really good 1 hour price here, I want to say. When you look at just NQ here, um, you bring this over here and you're looking at all three aspects here. So 1 hour, 15.5, 5 looks really good. 15 minutes are really strong, right? Higher open, higher closes. And then the location and the structure, right? So like John Fibonacci talks about price context, right? This is all looking pretty good to take over, I would say, overnight traders into this whole level. And then if you did your Fibonacci swing from the high to the low of the day, equilibrium we're coming up on. So that's kind of where my mind is factoring in things. We're still looking really strong, I would say, on here. So I think this break of 18,850, I'll probably trail. And then I don't take notes until 9:30. So everything's been pretty bullish since open. You know, this first there's only one, two, it's only 4 candles, right, between 8:30. Yeah, basically this 8:30 here to 8:45, 8:45 to 9, 9 to 9:15. All right, 9:15 to 9:30. We're looking really strong. So it's just like look at all the people that sold down all night, overnight, that don't really understand the game or the rules, and how they're getting trapped. Okay. So continue to really watch this 5 minute price action because this is what I'm seeing, higher highs and higher lows. And I'm looking for price to break through points of interest today. Now, if we kind of fail this area here, this would be, what they could do, very quickly. So 15 minutes isn't really showing me that. I think we have one more push or so up to that market open at least. Because we have been in a very bullish market recently. ES still looking really strong. So I'm going to take some notes from the beginning of New York, but there's nothing really else for me to update on until we get into the closing part of 9, so 9:45 and the 10, or right at 9:30 candle. So I'll be kind of here just in the midst. If you're watching this recording, just fast forward or 1.5 of it, and yeah, we'll see what we get.